So this is part two. This here looks like a flex cable on a laptop, kind of. But it goes into an LCD screen. That's what it looks like. This is that red one. This is for the controls on top. It's pretty much... I mean, this is fairly new. It's interesting to see how it works. I wonder if I can use this and make something out of it for fun. Maybe like, I don't know. You think you could power up like a little race car, little toy car? Make it move with heater components and that oily ass motor that's down there. I just don't know why it's oily. You figured that it wouldn't be oily. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Here, I'm going to go ahead and take off the screws. All right, I took off the screws. It looks fairly similar to the other one. I have to compare. Like I said, this one's got springs. I don't know why it has springs. Maybe to, I don't know, in case it's moving. You're moving it from one part to the other to prevent it from hitting. It looks interesting. Reading these diagrams, I guess, is not something that I ever really learned. I never really learned electronics before. It might be something I could learn. I was trying to teach Olivia. They had a little kit, and for like beginners. It was great. It was awesome, but I didn't get to do so. It was right before all of this false accusation stuff happened, and I was going to learn with her because I thought that would be a great bonding experience. But oh well. It looks neat. I'm gonna pull out that motor and I'm gonna see why it's oily. Is it leaking somehow? Is something happening with it or what? It's kind of weird to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it right here. All right, I'm gonna pause it and continue with the rest. I'm thinking I need to take off those screws there. I don't know why it had those screws missing though. So far, to me, I don't know if maybe an expert sees something different that I don't see because I don't really know the electronics too well. But why were those two screws missing? It doesn't seem like it was a manufacturer. I mean, unless the manufacturers chose that they only wanted two screws on there and they changed their mind. But it doesn't make sense to me that a manufacturer would do that because they would have designed it that way if that was the case. Because if they decided to design it that way, they would save money on the plastic when they mass manufacture stuff like this. So, I don't know. And then assembly would be a lot easier. So it just doesn't seem, I don't know. Because I had another heater that seems modified in the story, it just makes it more likely that this was messed with as well for the story. Clues are clues, I mean, look at all the cases and how people have been prosecuted in those cases in a jury trial. This falls in line with it, right? It's reasonable to assume so. What do they call that? Circumstantial evidence or something like that? I don't know. Something like that. It's not like I know any law because I don't. I'm just a chemist, right? Oh my goodness! It's not that I found something here, but it has me thinking now. What if the observer knew that I wasn't using this heater and I was using the big heater? So they got fake warrants to come in to swap out what they had installed in here since I ordered it from Amazon. They might have done something to it, saying this is a federal investigation. We need to, whatever, get a hold of this item. Kind of like I showed you that those blades that I ordered were very dull and didn't work. And so then they told the other people, hey, he's not using that heater. Let's swap out what we had originally put in there and put it on the heater he's using. Here's the question. Why did my mom invite me over for a psych test or something like that? They told her to do that. And so they came in and they made the swap and now there's two screws missing. So it was originally in here. They were doing some stuff and somehow got oil on top of the motor, on top of the sticker. That's why it seems oily right now. It seems fresh, oily. And maybe it had liquid in it that was supposed to turn into vapor because it was heating up for the story, and they spilled a little bit of it, and then they moved it over to the, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. All I know is that this is 100% Prime story stuff. I've never in my life had such, I guess, luck, or it's not even luck, but I don't really believe in luck, but I've never had so much story like stuff. I guess in the story it's evidence, right? So I'm gonna call it evidence. So just for the sake of the story, but I've never had so much evidence to connect a story like this before ever. So it's so crazy to me how everything just fits so perfect. I'm not even trying in the story. It's just natural the way it progresses. It's just little by little, just this evidence keeps coming out, And I don't know, I'm just using my science skills to put two and two together to make a story. And it's just like, wow, like there's absolutely like no expert that sees all of this that I've turned in the past 2-3 years. No law enforcement officer that would see this, no prosecutor that would see everything I sent, say that this is just a story. There's something criminal going on. Like it's just so, the evidence is so strong. And when you look at cases that are being prosecuted, they have nowhere near as much evidence as what I've turned in. Like absolutely nothing compared to what I've turned in. And so this is kind of exciting, I guess. I'm gonna open that down there too. But what if that's what it was? Because on the other one it seems soldered, right? And on this one it doesn't. This one just seems like the way it's supposed to be. The other one just seems super modified. And what if they had something in here? They swapped it over there on the other one. They spilled it. They swapped it with something new or something whatever. I don't know. Here's the thing. If an observer knew I wasn't using this, and then all of a sudden I come home, it smells weird when I use that. When before I left, this is the one that smelled weird. That I thought it was, oh well, it must be an off-brand, or it must be something, a wire or something like that. And I turned it off and I stopped using it, and then I stopped smelling it. So I started using the one that my mom brought. I leave, I come back, now that one is smelling. Isn't that crazy? It's just like, what are you supposed to think, right? Whenever you have all the symptoms that you're being medicated without your permission. Like, what else are you supposed to think, right? There's malpractice, like obviously malpractice going on, cases, evidence for that. Like, do they really badly need a defense? Corruption and all that stuff in the story, and now the other one is what smells. It is so strange to me how observers influence what's going on. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna see if I can open up the bottom. Okay, I mean, this is just exciting to me, storytelling and having, I don't know, just, how many books in a series you can make out of this? I mean, the story of Harry Potter has like, I don't even know, 6 books maybe? I'm not sure. You have to ask someone that really likes Harry Potter. But it's a continuation of things. This has, I don't even know how many. You can make documentaries. You can make, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's so much. But this is the motor here. That looks like it's some sort of grease, I guess, because it rotates here. So it must be lubrication of some sort, I'm assuming. I know there's lubrication for metal to metal. Plastic to plastic. Personally, I've never seen lubricant, but it's not like I'm heavily involved in stuff like this. So what is that? Is that really lubricant or not? It smells like, I don't know, like plastic, I guess. Let me take off this motor piece. Okay, I pulled out the motor. And I'm thinking now, like, what you could do if you have those screws or the screwdriver. I don't know, but you can probably just replace like the plate or whatever, bring in another piece and just do whatever. And it'll make it real quick. Just pop it out. It's already prepared. Put it in, swap it out, and then do the alteration somewhere else. I mean, you're not going to be working in here with all this stuff. You got to be able to pop it out. And I don't have the tools, but I'm sure, you know, someone else would. So I guess the question would be, did they have to search my house because they had fake warrants? And the reason they got the fake warrants was because the expert knew I wasn't using this heater, so they knew I was using the other heater, and they wanted it replaced to the other heater. Because I got this one on Amazon, my mom brought me that heater, and so if no one knew, my mom brought me that heater. Or she was going to. Or maybe they knew but didn't do anything. Or maybe they did something. I really don't know. But what if, like, they just brought me their heater because it was working, it never broke, never anything. Then all of a sudden, I get invited over there, and then I come back and that one smells when this one originally was the one that smelled. And this one didn't smell, I don't know, it was really weird. So, remember whenever I called that number, was it 988 or something? No, I don't know what number it was. And I sent you the recording. You know why, what I did? I turned this one off because this one stunk. I put it in the restroom to heat up the restroom. And then I walked in there and I smelled it again in the restroom while the restroom was closed, but it was a lot stronger. And it made me think, man, there must be something burning here. But that's why I never called 988 again, because I stopped using this one. So now it makes me think, like, well, when I was smelling the other one, right? I don't know. It's really weird to me. You know, 2 and 2 make 4. 1 plus 1 makes 2. And right here we have like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, all the way going up to like 1,000,000 at this point in terms of how much evidence we have. And it all connects. I mean, it's very logical for the story. I think it's very logical for any story. Prosecutors should know about stories. Isn't that kind of what they do? They tell the jury a story with evidence that they have. I guess you can say that's kind of what I'm doing here. You know, for the story. I mean, it's just angels versus demons. I mean, it's exciting, right? I'm a fucking nerd. Anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of showing you how this works. I mean, this is just the motor. I kind of want to open up the motor, but I kind of don't want to open up the motor also. I kind of know what is the little copper and whatnot inside, but that's the motor that's in there. Anyway, I guess that's how the heater works. But it's funny how this piece looks very similar to the one that's in my mom's. So it's got a little bit more. I don't know why it needs so much though. If it's just a simple heater on and off, like, why does it need so much? You see what I'm saying? If only I knew electronics, why does it need so much? If it's a simple on and off. Turn on, there's a heater. I mean, I think I have another heater I can show you to see how simple it works, right? I'll show you. So it turns out I don't have the other heater. I guess I must have gotten rid of it. It stopped working. And when it stopped working, I opened it up just to kind of see how it worked. And it was, I mean, it just had coils, right? And on the coils would heat up. When the coils would heat up, the fan would blow and heat would come out. It was very simple. It was nothing like this. I mean, I don't know why it has all of this. I don't even know what, like, how much energy is coming into this, right? Like, what? I don't have a remote for this, so I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it has so much. I really don't. You'd have to talk to someone that knows about this. I don't even know what this is. Anyway, it seems like such a, I don't know. It said infrared heater. I don't know. I just don't understand how it requires so much electronic for infrared heating. But anyway, so I decided to open this one up to learn. There's a lot of questions I have, I have more questions now than when I started, which is a good thing, right? And that's always a good thing to have more questions whenever you're investigating, because then that means that you're not stuck. You'll get answers at some point. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass these questions on to my angels, you know, and have them work it out, figure out what in the world is going on. They came in, they knew something wasn't here, so they didn't bring anything with them. Were they searched before they came in? I don't know. But if they were, there was something that was already in here because I ordered it from Amazon for the story, right? So they swapped it out. If they weren't searched, they could have brought something in too. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that I opened it up and I'm writing stories. And I'm sharing with you because I had false accusations and it helps out. Appreciate you for having patience with me. And I hope you enjoy this somehow and it helps out for solving the case. Angels versus demons, right? Ahwa! Hi! Yeah, I like doing that too.